Good evening, my weary academics, and welcome to History to Sleep By, where we nerd out and conk out. If you enjoy calm, narrated history documentaries, or just need a reliable friend to help with restless nights, please subscribe, leave a like, and maybe share a comment about what's happening in your life. That way, you'll always find your way back to us. Now, let's begin tonight's journey. In the spring of 1780, the American Revolutionary War was in a tense and pivotal phase. The British had just captured Charleston, South Carolina, a significant blow to the American cause. The city's fall left the Continental forces in disarray, retreating northward in hopes of regrouping. Among these forces was a contingent led by Colonel Abraham Buford, a determined officer commanding a mix of Virginia Continentals and other troops. Their task was to withdraw from the interior, carrying with them the hopes of resistance in the southern backcountry. Meanwhile, the British were keen to capitalize on their success. Lieutenant Colonel Banastre Tarleton, a young and energetic officer, was dispatched with a mobile column. His mission was clear: to disrupt any remaining Continental units and assert British dominance in the region. Tarleton led the British Legion, a force known for its speed and aggressive tactics, along with additional troops eager to chase down the retreating Americans. As Buford's men moved northward, they maintained a steady pace, aware of the need to avoid engagement with the pursuing British. However, Tarleton's forces were relentless. With cavalry leading the charge, they closed the gap quickly, covering ground with remarkable speed. By late May, Tarleton was within striking distance, and the stage was set for a confrontation near the Waxhaws region, straddling the border of South and North Carolina. On May 29, 1780, Tarleton's column caught up with Buford. The British officer sent a demand for surrender, promising leniency if Buford complied. However, Buford, trusting in his men and perhaps underestimating the threat, refused. He prepared his troops for battle, deploying them in a defensive line. The morning sun climbed higher, casting long shadows as both sides readied themselves for what was to come. Tarleton wasted little time. His cavalry charged, a swift and ferocious assault that bore down on Buford's position. The clash was intense, the sound of hooves thundering over the ground, mingling with the cries of men. The American line struggled to hold, but the momentum was with the British. The close action was brutal, and soon Buford's position began to crumble under the relentless pressure. Casualty figures from that day vary, but it is clear that the American losses were heavy. Reports suggest that as many as 113 Americans were killed, with many more wounded or captured. The British, in contrast, suffered relatively few casualties. In the aftermath, allegations emerged that some American troops, attempting to surrender or lying wounded, were killed. These claims painted the encounter as a massacre, a term that would echo through the annals of history. The British and Loyalist forces, however, offered a different perspective. They cited the chaos of battle, noting that Tarleton's horse was shot from under him, leading to a breakdown of control. In the confusion, the melee intensified, and the situation spiraled beyond command. Despite these explanations, the event left a deep scar, fueling anger and resentment among the Patriots. In the immediate military context, Buford's command was effectively eliminated. The loss of men, flags, and equipment was a significant setback for the American forces. Yet, the impact of the battle extended beyond the battlefield. News of the encounter spread rapidly through the backcountry, carried by whispers and cries of outrage. The phrase "Tarleton's Quarter" became synonymous with ruthless warfare, a rallying cry for those who sought to resist British rule. Patriot sources seized upon the incident, using it to galvanize support and harden attitudes in the Southern theater. The narrative of a massacre, whether wholly accurate or not, served as a powerful tool in the struggle for independence. It stoked the fires of resistance, drawing more men to the cause and strengthening the resolve of those already committed. As the sun set on that fateful day, the fields near Waxhaws bore silent witness to the clash of arms and the weight of history. The events of May 29, 1780 would linger in memory, a testament to the complexities and tragedies of war. In the quiet of the night, as we reflect on these moments, we find ourselves connected to the past, understanding that history is not just a series of dates and battles, but a tapestry of human experiences woven together through time. And now, as you drift gently into sleep, let the echoes of history guide you to a place of rest and peace. The gentle rustle of leaves in the Carolina woods whispered secrets of the past, as if the very trees had witnessed the unfolding of those distant events. The night air carried with it the scent of pine and earth, mingling with the faint remnants of gunpowder that once hung heavy in the air. In the small settlements scattered across the frontier, families gathered around hearths, their conversations hushed, their thoughts inevitably drawn to the uncertainty that lay ahead. The struggle for independence was not just a distant conflict. It was a living, breathing reality that touched every life, shaping destinies in ways both seen and unseen. In the flickering candlelight, stories of valor and sacrifice were shared, passed down from one generation to the next. These tales, though sometimes embellished, served to bind communities together, instilling a sense of purpose and identity. The memory of those who had fallen at Waxhaws and elsewhere became a rallying cry, a reminder of the price of freedom. Yet, amidst the tales of heroism, there lingered an understanding of the profound cost of war, the lives interrupted, the futures forever altered. As the war waged on, the landscape itself bore the scars of conflict. Fields once lush with crops lay fallow, their soil turned by the wheels of artillery and the boots of marching soldiers. The rivers, which had long provided sustenance and passage, now carried the weight of history. Their waters flowing silently past the remnants of battles fought and won, lost and forgotten. The land, resilient and enduring, seemed to echo the spirit of those who called it home, those who refused to yield in the face of adversity. In the quiet moments of reflection, there was solace to be found in the constancy of nature. The stars, steadfast in their courses, offered a reminder of the vastness of the universe, of the enduring cycles that transcended human conflict. The moon, casting its gentle glow upon the world, seemed to watch over the weary souls below, a silent guardian in the night. It was in these moments, beneath the canopy of the heavens, that hope found its way into the hearts of those who dared to dream of a brighter future. The rhythm of life, though disrupted, continued in its own way. Children played in the meadows, their laughter a balm to the weary, a promise of renewal. The seasons turned, bringing with them the familiar patterns of planting and harvest, of birth and growth. In the face of uncertainty, there was comfort in these rituals, in the knowledge that life, in all its forms, persisted. The resilience of the human spirit mirrored that of the land, each feeding the other in an unspoken symbiosis. As the conflict drew to its eventual close, the echoes of the past lingered, shaping the contours of a new nation. The lessons learned, the sacrifices made, became the foundation upon which a future was built. The dream of independence, once a distant vision, began to take form, solidifying into a reality that would guide generations to come. The journey had been long and arduous, marked by moments of triumph and despair. Yet through it all, the enduring spirit of those who had dared to dream of freedom shone brightly. In the stillness of the night, as the world around you settles into slumber, let the gentle embrace of history cradle your thoughts. The past, with all its complexities and contradictions, offers a tapestry of stories, each thread a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. As you drift into dreams, let the whispers of the past guide you, a gentle reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is light to be found and hope to be cherished. In the quiet hours of the night, the echoes of history weave a soothing lullaby. The quest for independence, once a mere flicker in the hearts of the brave, had grown into a beacon of hope. The path was not a straight one, for it twisted and turned through valleys of doubt and over mountains of resistance. Yet, with each step forward, the resolve of those who walked it only strengthened. They were guided by a vision of a land where freedom was not just a word, but a way of life, where the bonds of oppression would be broken and the chains of tyranny cast aside. The journey was marked by the courage of individuals who dared to dream beyond the confines of their reality. They gathered in dimly lit rooms, their voices hushed, but their spirits unyielding. Plans were whispered and strategies devised, each meeting a step closer to the dawn of a new era. These gatherings were more than mere assemblies. They were the crucibles in which the future was forged. The air was thick with anticipation, each breath a testament to the determination that filled their hearts. As the movement gained momentum, the dream of independence began to take shape in more tangible forms. Symbols of hope emerged, rallying cries that united the disparate voices into a chorus of defiance. Flags were raised, their colors vibrant against the sky, a visual proclamation of the desire for self-determination. Songs were sung, their melodies carrying the promise of a brighter tomorrow. These symbols became the heartbeats of a nation in the making, each one a reminder of the shared struggle and the collective aspiration for a better future. The road to freedom was not without its sacrifices. Lives were lost and hearts were broken, yet each loss only served to strengthen the resolve of those left behind. The fallen were honored, their names etched into the annals of history, their sacrifices a solemn reminder of the cost of liberty. In the silence of the night, their spirits lingered, a gentle presence that offered comfort and strength to those who continued the fight. Through the darkness, there were moments of light, instances where the impossible seemed within reach. Victories, both small and great, were celebrated with fervor, each one a step closer to the ultimate goal. These triumphs were not just military or political, they were victories of the human spirit, proof that even in the face of overwhelming odds, hope could prevail. The stories of these victories were passed down through generations, becoming legends that inspired those who came after to continue the pursuit of freedom. As the dream of independence edged closer to reality, the world watched with bated breath. The struggle had captured the imagination of many, and the cause found allies in unexpected places. Support came from across the seas, from those who saw in this fight a reflection of their own battles for justice and equality. The solidarity of these allies provided a vital lifeline, a reminder that the quest for freedom was a universal one, transcending borders and cultures. In the quiet moments when the world seemed to hold its breath, the leaders of the movement contemplated the future they were building. They envisioned a land where all could walk freely, where the shackles of the past would be cast off and a new chapter written. Their dreams were of a society where justice reigned, where the rights of every individual were respected and upheld. These dreams were not mere fantasies, they were blueprints for a new nation, a testament to the power of hope and the resilience of the human spirit. As dawn broke on the horizon, the first rays of light heralded the arrival of a new day. The dream of independence, once a distant hope, had become a reality. The journey, though fraught with challenges, had been worth every step. The world had been transformed, and with it, the lives of countless individuals who had dared to dream of a better future. In the stillness of the morning, as the sun rose to illuminate the path ahead, the whispers of the past lingered, a gentle reminder of the journey that had brought them to this moment. As you drift into dreams, let the echoes of this journey guide you. The past, with all its trials and triumphs, offers a gentle reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope can light the way. The stories of those who walked this path before us are a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. In their courage and determination, we find inspiration to continue our own journeys, to dream our own dreams, and to strive for a future where freedom and justice are not just ideals, but realities for all. As the gentle light of dawn crept across the landscape, it revealed the contours of a world shaped by the dreams and struggles of those who had come before. The land itself seemed to hold the memories of countless footsteps, each one a testament to the resilience and hope that had driven people forward through the ages. The air was filled with the soft rustling of leaves, a soothing symphony that spoke of the passage of time and the enduring connection between past and present. In the quiet moments of early morning, the world seemed to pause, offering a space for reflection and remembrance. It was in these moments that the stories of those who had walked this path before us came alive. Their voices carried on the breeze like a gentle lullaby. They spoke of journeys undertaken in search of freedom, of battles fought in the name of justice, and of dreams nurtured in the face of adversity. Each story was a thread in the rich tapestry of history, woven together to create a picture of hope and perseverance. The sun continued its ascent, casting a warm glow over the landscape and illuminating the way forward. As the light touched the earth, it revealed the beauty and complexity of a world shaped by human hands and hearts. The fields, once barren and desolate, now blossomed with life, a testament to the power of hope and determination. The rivers, flowing steadily and surely, mirrored the unyielding spirit of those who had refused to give up, even when the odds seemed insurmountable. In this serene setting, the past and present seemed to merge, creating a sense of continuity and connection that transcended time. The stories of those who had come before were not just distant echoes, but living, breathing reminders of the strength and courage that resided within each of us. They were a call to action, urging us to carry forward the legacy of those who had dared to dream of a better world. As the day unfolded, the whispers of the past continued to weave their way through the present, guiding and inspiring those who listened. They spoke of the importance of standing up for what is right, of the need to fight for justice and equality, and of the power of hope to transform even the darkest of times. These stories, passed down through generations, served as a beacon of light, illuminating the path to a future where freedom and justice were not just dreams, but realities. In the gentle embrace of the morning, the world seemed full of promise and possibility. The struggles of the past, though difficult and often painful, had paved the way for new beginnings and fresh starts. The triumphs and victories, hard-won and deeply cherished, served as a reminder of what could be achieved when people came together in pursuit of a common goal. As the sun continued its journey across the sky, the landscape shifted and changed, reflecting the ever-evolving nature of the world. Yet amidst the constant flux, the stories of those who had come before remained steadfast, a source of comfort and inspiration. They were a reminder that even in the face of uncertainty and change, the human spirit was capable of incredible resilience and strength. In the quiet moments of the day, as the sun began its descent, the world seemed to exhale, releasing the tension and worry that had accumulated over time. The soft glow of twilight cast a gentle light over the landscape, creating a sense of peace and tranquility. It was in these moments that the stories of the past seemed to come alive once more, their voices a soothing balm for weary souls. As you drift into dreams, let the echoes of these stories guide you. Let them remind you of the strength and courage that resides within, and of the power of hope to light the way forward. The journey of those who have come before is a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always a glimmer of light to guide us home. In the hushed embrace of evening, the tales of old whispered through the rustling leaves and the gentle breeze. These stories, carried through generations, spoke of a time when the world was vast and mysterious, when the boundaries of the known were but a thin veil over the unknown. They told of explorers who dared to venture beyond the horizon, driven by an insatiable curiosity and a yearning for discovery. These brave souls set sail on wooden ships, their sails billowing like the wings of great birds, propelled by the winds of change and the promise of new beginnings. The sea was both a friend and a foe, its vast expanse a challenge to be conquered and a mystery to be unraveled. Mariners navigated by the stars, their eyes tracing constellations that guided them through the night. They learned to read the ocean's moods, to understand the language of the waves and the whispers of the wind. Each journey was a tapestry woven with threads of adventure and danger, triumph and despair. Yet it was also a journey of the spirit, a testament to humanity's unyielding quest for knowledge and understanding. As the ships sailed, they carried not only their crews, but also the hopes and dreams of those who remained behind. Families gathered on the shores, waving farewell, their hearts filled with both pride and apprehension. They watched until the ships became mere specks on the horizon, swallowed by the vastness of the sea. In those moments, time seemed to stand still, suspended between the past and the future, between what was known and what was yet to be discovered. The explorers who returned brought with them tales of distant lands and exotic peoples, of landscapes painted in colors beyond imagination. They spoke of forests that stretched endlessly, of mountains that touched the sky, and of rivers that wound like silver ribbons through emerald valleys. Their stories were filled with wonder and awe, capturing the hearts and minds of those who listened. These tales became part of the collective memory, a shared narrative that connected the past with the present, the familiar with the unknown. In the quiet of the evening, as the stars began to twinkle in the velvet sky, these stories took on a life of their own. They became a bridge between worlds, a link between the seen and the unseen, the known and the unknown. They reminded us of the resilience and ingenuity of those who dared to dream, who dared to venture into the unknown in search of something greater than themselves. Their journeys were not just physical, but also spiritual, a quest for meaning and purpose in a world that was ever-changing and unpredictable. The echoes of their adventures lingered in the air, a gentle reminder of the courage it takes to step into the unknown. They spoke of the power of hope, of the light that guides us even in the darkest of times. They reminded us that no matter how far we travel, we are never truly alone, for the stories of those who have come before are always with us, lighting the way forward. As the night deepened and the world settled into a peaceful slumber, the stories continued to weave their magic, wrapping us in a cocoon of comfort and reassurance. They whispered of the strength that lies within us all, of the courage to face whatever challenges may come our way. They spoke of the enduring power of the human spirit, a force that cannot be extinguished, no matter how fierce the storm. In the stillness of the night, as dreams began to unfold, the stories of the past became a gentle lullaby, soothing and calming, a balm for the soul. They reminded us that we are all part of a greater journey, a journey that began long before us and will continue long after we are gone. They invited us to take our place in this grand tapestry, to add our own stories to the ever-growing collection, to be part of something larger than ourselves. And so, as the night wore on and the world slept, the stories of the past continued to weave their magic, a testament to the enduring power of hope and the light that guides us home. In the quiet of the night, they whispered their secrets, their wisdom, their dreams, inviting us to listen, to learn, and to dream our own dreams, to find our own way forward, guided by the light of those who have come before.